Singaporean food critic and founder of Mark and Sutra, KF Seetoh, has slammed the government's latest budget meals initiative as abusive and stifling, saying it bullies hawkers. On 1st July, the Housing and Development Board and Enterprise Singapore announced that 330 coffee shops in HDB estates would offer budget meals and accept Community Development Council vouchers by the end of the month. This includes 180 coffee shops run by private chain operators. HDB and Enterprise SG said they would keep talking to private HDB coffee shop operators to encourage them to offer budget meal options while considering their business sustainability. Of the 180 coffee shops, 120 are privately owned, which is nearly 30% of all private coffee shops in HDB estates. The remaining 60 are rental coffee shops that will now voluntarily offer budget meals before their lease renewal. Budget meals include lunch or dinner options priced at $3.50 or less, with drinks priced at $20 or less. Senior Minister of State for Trade and Industry, Low Yenling, said on Facebook that the government would keep supporting heartland merchants and work with F&B businesses to ensure that Singaporeans will continue to enjoy affordable meal options. In response to the government's goal to provide affordable food, Mr. Seetoh argued that hawkers often face high prices to bid for stalls and are pressured to sell cheap meals without enough compensation, making it hard to survive financially. In a Facebook post on 6 July, Mr. Seetoh called the initiative bullying hawkers. He said the government's approach through social enterprise hawker management companies imposes unfair rules, charges, and fines on hawkers, forcing them to sell meals at low prices like $3 instead of truly helping them. He criticized the hawker stall bidding process, noting that hawkers pay market prices, sometimes as high as $7,000 per month, only to be forced to sell a $3.50 dish by the government without enough compensation. What did they do to deserve this? Why do you want to interfere with these humble food business entrepreneurs and stop their creativity? Said Mr. Seetoh. He also said the budget meal initiative is a poor way to lower the cost of living. He suggested the government should focus on other areas, like limiting MRT trip costs, to make a real impact. Mr. Seetoh expressed his disappointment with the government's handling of the work group on sustainable hawker trade, started in 2020 to support the UNESCO hawker culture bid. He said the initial effort gathered industry experts, commentators, and hawkers to create sustainable practices, but criticized the lack of real action. Despite a high-profile launch, Mr. Seetoh claimed that no significant measures were put into practice. Promised initiatives, like an industry platform for networking, a review of manpower policies for hawker assistance, and an online guide for new hawkers, were not implemented. Instead of supportive measures, Mr. Seetoh said the government introduced more restrictive and punitive rules and increased operational costs for hawkers. He warned that if the current situation continues, it could jeopardize Singapore's recognition by UNESCO for its intangible cultural heritage. He urged the government to take more meaningful actions to support hawkers.